Hi everyone, this is Satvik from Build Fast with AI. In this video, we're going to talk about a GPT-4o mini model that was released by OpenAI just yesterday. So we'll look at some technical details of this model and we'll also test this model on different prompts to see how this model is performing. So let us just get right into it. So this is the blog post that was released by OpenAI yesterday when they have released the model. So there are some very interesting details that are in this thing. So the one thing that I found to be most impressive was the cost of this model, which I will talk about shortly. So this is a very cost efficient model, which is also high performant. So scrolling down the details, we can actually see that it actually scores 82% on MMLU benchmark, so which is actually very good. And this is 60% cheaper than GPT 3.5 Turbo. 3.5 Turbo was the default model which many people were using. So now everyone using 3.5 Turbo will actually shift to GPT-4o mini, so which is a very big thing. And there are some details about the types of inputs it supports. So it supports text and vision in the API, and they have support for text, image, and video coming soon. So which is also exciting. So this is a multimodal model that we are talking about. It supports a context window of 128k tokens, so you can actually easily fit a book within this particular context, and it supports 18k output tokens per request. So the output of this model can also be very long. So most of the models are confined to 4k or 8k, and this is refreshing to see that it has 18k output token length. So they stress on how small this model is and how intelligent it is. So there is a diagram here, if you can see that. So they are comparing this model with the other models in the similar space. So they have taken the smallest model that Claude family has, which is Haiku model. So they are comparing it to it, and they are also comparing it with Gemini Flash, which is also a smaller model from Gemini. So you see that GPT-4 mini is almost the best model when you compare to the previous 3.5 Turbo and the Claude and Gemini models that we have here. So which is actually great. And they have a lot of details about safety, so that is great. And now coming to the pricing, so this is very interesting. You can see that this particular model costs only 15 cents per 1 million tokens of input, and it cost 60 cents for 1 million token output. So for context, GPT 3.5 model costs around $1.5 for million tokens of output, and GPT 4o, not the mini one, costs around $15. So you see that the magnitude of difference between two models, which is almost like 40-50x. So that is wonderful. So these are the technical details that they have in the blog. So let us go ahead and test this model to see ourselves how this model is performing. So I have a code that I've already written. I'm using LangChain for this. So let us just get into it and start testing the model. As the first step, install the LangChain OpenAI module, which I've already done. In the second step, you need to initiate the GPT-4o mini model. So the model name, the snug that you need to use for this model is GPT-4o mini. So if you write something else, it won't work. So you need to write GPT-4o hyphen mini. So this is how you write it. So I already have OpenAI API key. I'm just using Collabs user data to get it. So I'm just running this. So we are going to test this model on 5 different prompts. So different types: mathematics, reasoning, code generation. So let us just try to test the model on different things. So the first question is from mathematics. So evaluating models' capabilities to perform calculations and reasoning. So in this thing we have if 20 shirts take 10 hours to dry, how much time will 100 shirts take? So you can pause right now and think about the answer yourself till this answers. Okay, so if 20 shirts take 10 hours, 100 shirts should also take 10 hours. So let us see. So it will take same amount of time, which is 10 hours, which is correct. So it got 1 out of 1 right. So I'm just trying to test this model on different aspects. So the second thing is called physical reasoning. So you remember that these models are primarily trained on text data, image data, so on and so forth. They might not have a physical understanding of how the objects relate. So the question is, imagine you have a book, eggs, laptop, bottle and a nail, how would you stack up these things in a stable manner? So let us see how the model is able to reason. We have the output in here. We can see that it is giving the description of what are all the items, and it's giving some description about start with a book at the bottom, laptop on the top of the book. So it gives a decent explanation, and it also talks about summary, book, laptop, 9x arranged carefully. I think this is not very perfect, but yeah, it has a good sense of understanding, so we can give this to it. So now next going to the third question, which is code generation question. So let us see if this model is able to generate games. So I asked it to create a snake game in Python in Pygame, right? So okay, we have the output for this, and as you can see, it uses Pygame. So it's saying pip install Pygame, and this is the code that it has given. So let us see. It seems like, yeah, there is complete code. Let us see if we can run this code in the first go around. I'm copying the entire code till this point and just copy pasting this. Save. Okay, let me try to run this again. Okay, it seems like it's opening the game editor, but it's not able to run, so there might be some minor errors. So yeah, I think this is a fail. Now going to the next question, which is theory of mind. So testing models' capability to understand and reason with mental states. So we are just giving it a scenario and asking it to so we are basically giving it a scenario and asking model how to reason between these mental states and all. So here is the question. John and Mary are at a party. John sees Mary talking to another guest and feels jealous. Why might John feel this way? So let us see if it is able to understand emotions and give an output accordingly. So it says that John might be feeling jealous for several reasons, which is insecurity, fear of losing, possessiveness, so on and so forth, which is decent. Now let us go to the last question, which is creative writing. So the question that I've asked in this is that it assesses the model's capability to generate original imaginative content. In this, I have given a very innovative situation. Write a short story, exactly 100 words, including these elements: time traveler, talking plant, and a moral dilemma. So let us see the output. Okay, the output was pretty fast, so let us see what it has given. So in a hidden garden, in a feature of time, it includes time traveler, it includes some sort of a vibrant plant, which is also correct, and it wished rain and something else. So it probably also involves moral dilemma, so which is correct. So the model overall is a pretty good performant model at the cost that we are getting this model for, which is 60 cents per million tokens. This is going to be a real game changer. So the link to this notebook will be available in the comments, so you can clone this notebook and run your own prompts. Hope you enjoyed this video. See you.